Understanding the 4 types of introversion. Which one are you? In a world that often seems to reward the loudest voices and the busiest schedules, being an introvert can sometimes feel like navigating a different frequency than everyone else. However, introversion is not a monolith. It is not simply shyness or a desire to be alone. Rather, it is a fundamental way of processing the world and recharging your energy. Psychologists and therapists suggest that introversion can be categorized into 4 distinct profiles. Understanding which one resonates with you can help you manage your energy, set better boundaries, and stop viewing your need for solitude as a flaw. The social introvert. Contrary to popular belief, social introverts aren't necessarily socially awkward. They are perfectly capable of interacting with others, but they have a very specific preference for quality over quantity. Key traits: they prefer small, intimate gatherings over large parties, they enjoy one-on-one deep dives, and they often feel significantly drained after extended social interactions, even if the event was enjoyable. The core need: connection through intimacy rather than breadth. Expert advice: don't feel pressure to attend every large event. Therapists suggest leaning into small gatherings and crucially scheduling recharge time immediately following social outings. Communicating your need for downtime to loved ones can prevent misunderstandings and resentment. The thinking introvert. For the thinking introvert, the internal world is far more stimulating than the external one. They find their greatest fulfillment in the realm of ideas, imagination, and introspection. Key traits: frequent daydreaming, a love for deep reflection, high self-awareness, and a tendency to get lost in thought during conversations or fast-paced discussions. The core need: mental space and intellectual stimulation. Expert advice: view your introspection as a creative gift rather than a distraction. To maintain balance, try to integrate social activities that don't compromise your need for solitude, such as a trip with a few close friends, where independent, quiet time is built into the itinerary. The anxious introvert. While all introverts may feel drained by social settings, the anxious introvert experiences a layer of psychological friction. For them, social interaction often comes with a side of self-consciousness or dread. Key traits: feeling nervous or self-conscious before or during events, overanalyzing past interactions, the "did I say something stupid?" loop, and avoiding unfamiliar social situations due to a fear of judgment. The core need: psychological safety and predictability. Expert advice: use gradual exposure to build confidence. Start with small, safe social environments. Therapists also recommend cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, to help reframe negative thought patterns. Remember, your brain is often trying to protect you, even if its methods are overly dramatic. The restrained introvert, also known as the inhibited introvert. This type processes information deeply before acting or speaking. They are the observers of the social world, preferring to watch and understand before they participate. Key traits: a need to warm up to new people, a dislike of being put on the spot, a preference for planned, predictable routines, and a tendency to respond methodically rather than impulsively. The core need: time to process and prepare. Expert advice: embrace your thoughtfulness as a strength. Your deliberate pace is valid. To manage the exhaustion that can come from forcing yourself into social territories, try communicating your needs clearly, perhaps by writing them down if speaking them feels too sudden. Summary of introvert types. Type: primary driver, common challenge, social small. Meaningful groups, feeling drained by large crowds, thinking internal reflection, and amp. Ideas, feeling overwhelmed by external noise, anxious need for safety comfort. Overanalyzing social interactions, restrained, deliberate processing, feeling pressured by sudden changes. You don't need to be the loudest in the room to make an impact. In a society that feels like a race to be the loudest, introverts remind us of the power of stillness and depth. Conclusion: introversion is not a deficit to be fixed, but a personality profile to be understood. By identifying your specific type, you can stop fighting your natural inclinations and start leveraging your unique strengths, whether that is deep thought, careful observation, or meaningful connection.